Guys, we have a problem here. We have a Volvo XC60 with a door that isn't working. So let's repair it, shall we?
So, where do you start? The best thing is to start with is to plug in a good diagnostic scanner to see if that gives you any clue of what the problem might be. In this video, we're focusing on a door that is completely out of order and the fault code shown in the video title. Before you tear anything down, I'd suggest that we start with checking fuses. On these cars, the fuse central you're looking for is located under the glove box, a little bit to the left. And the one that controls the DDM for the driver's door is fuse 8. Many schematics says that it's a 25 amp fuse, but actually more commonly is that it's only a 20 amp sitting there. And if it's for any of the other doors, fuse 9 is front right door, fuse 10 is right back door, and fuse 11 is left back door, all with the same amps, 20 or 25. Once you've checked and replaced the fuse on the door troubling you, see if it works. If not, let's continue investigating. If that didn't help, remove the wiring harness grommet on one side. It's time to check the wiring. In my case, while doing this, I found the problem. Many of the cables were badly damaged and one of them was completely off. If this is your problem, you have two options. Get a replacement harness, but for sure it's not going to be cheap or easy to replace. Or you can try repair it yourself. Make sure that the damaged wiring you are replacing remains as close as the original length as possible to prevent further issues. If the wiring looks okay, it's time to remove the door panel. After the door panel is removed, we'll start with checking if we have ground coming to the door module or not. Take a closer look at the 22-pin connector on the module. Pin 13 is ground. Simply test it with your multimeter before continuing. You can use a bolt for the seat as a test ground, for example. After that, let's see if we have power to the module. Power comes from pin 2. If there still is no problem found, the only thing left is that the module doesn't boot up at all and the problem is somewhere inside it. So let's replace it, but can you just buy a second-hand one and pop it in? Make sure to check the part number before buying anything. If possible, visit your local dealer to get the Volvo part number of the module. The number you're seeing with letters and numbers is originally a Ford part number, and that's the one on the top. You can search for a second-hand one with that number too, but you need to make sure that the parts comes from a car that is as similar to yours as possible. One more thing to keep in mind is that there is a software number on the module. You can see it here. If this doesn't match up, there is a possibility that the module isn't compatible with the car, but it could still work. If the part is manufactured close to the date on your part, it can still work despite the small difference in software number. When the new module or second-hand matching one is in place and all fault code has been erased, we will have a working car again. And that's all for today, folks. Make sure to hit like and get subscribed, and we'll see each other in the next video.